Hey there YouTube, this is E&M Guy, electromechanical DIY guy here, coming to you with an update. This here is a Deltran Battery Tender Plus. This unit was made in China and I bought this end of November 2016, so that makes it about 5 years old. As you can see, there's a little wear on it. It's been used, not abused, and I've had a problem with it where the charging circuit will continue to charge and not come to the maintain status. So I have put this on a battery, actually multiple batteries, and what I've done with it is I've monitored it over time, and typically I'll plug it into a battery and come back and check it within a couple hours. I'll come back and check it later that day or the next day and make sure that it's charging appropriately and the green indicator is blinking telling me it's 80% or greater, and then it goes to the solid green, which tells me it's in the maintain state. Well, this unit, only about 5 years old, I noticed recently that it stays in the charging mode, solid red light. It has not gone to the blinking green, and it has not gone to the solid green. I do know that the light is not burned out because when I first plug it into the wall, both lights come on. So the light does work. It's not a light bulb problem here or an LED problem. I think the problem is within itself. So I did some additional testing on it, and it does charge my batteries initially. Voltmeter indicates that it's charging at about 14.5 volts, which is where you want it to charge. But once you get to a maintain state, or once your battery gets to about 13.5 volts, you want it to stop charging at that high rate, the 1.25 amp rate, and you want it to drop down and just maintain it. Well, this unit here, being about 5 years old, doesn't do that. It stays full charge. So I did go ahead and put it overnight on a battery just to see what was going to happen. And I came out the next day and found that it was actually boiling the battery fluid. So I did immediately disconnect it, and I reached out to Deltran. I went to their website and I filled out the form for a warranty, sent them an email, and they did respond. They wanted me to check a couple things, which I did. They wanted to make sure that it was charging over 14.6 volts, which it was. However, I did state to them that it didn't go to the low charge or the maintain charge. And so they went ahead and told me to go ahead and monitor it again, make sure everything was connected properly, which I had done. I explained to them in an email that I had done that, and they went ahead and gave me a warranty claim form. They emailed me back, told me what to do with the unit in the email. Basically, what they told me was it does have a 10-year warranty, but I need to ship it back to them for them to test it. So at this point, where I'm at with this unit, I do need to ship it back to them, and I do have to pay shipping to them. They will test it. If they find it's defective, they'll replace the unit, and they will pay for shipping back to me. If they find that I'm mistaken and it's working properly, which I don't believe it is, because like I said, it was boiling one of my batteries, still charging at 14.5 volts, when it definitely should have gone to the trickle charge or the maintain status. They will ship it back to me at their cost, and no further actions needed. But I am convinced by the way that it's behaving that it is malfunctioning, and so I'm going to go ahead and ship it back to them, have them take a look at it and see what they say. So I will follow up with an update here as soon as I get something back. I do think I have a pretty good understanding of these units. This is the second unit that I've owned. I did buy one back in 1999, and quite honestly, that unit is working just fine. So that unit is 22 years old, and I use it to this day, and it's working just fine. This unit, like I said, is only about 5 years old, and I've had a problem. I have gone ahead and purchased a third unit just recently, so I'm going to give it a try as well because I did have good success with the first unit I bought over 20 years ago. This one's lasted me 5 years. Again, I've used it regularly. I've not abused it, and it has worked just fine for me, although I was expecting it to last longer than 5 years. So I've got an old unit, 20 years plus, that's still working today just fine. I have a new unit that I just bought within the last month or so, 2021, November of 21, and we're going to test that one out. We'll see how that one does. This unit here is about 5 years old, and I've experienced a problem. Never had that before on the other unit. So we'll see how the warranty process works, see how easy it is to deal with them, see what they find, and hopefully they'll do the right thing and indicate that they found a problem with it or that it is defective, and they'll replace the unit. But again, I will let you guys know as soon as they get back to me. I just have to box this unit up and pay the shipping through UPS back to the manufacturer of Deltran, and we'll go from there. Thanks, guys. Like and subscribe.